Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Georgia versus LSU college basketball matchup on Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pick Dawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use that discount code PICK for 15% off. If you're looking for that concierge style service, that one-to-one contact, you make big bets, well, we've got a product for you as well. It's called the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Place. The only way to get these, though, is to text the number to see on the screen. Text the number, see if it's for you. But let's get to this one. Georgia taking on LSU. It's SEC college basketball action from Georgia, where the Bulldogs 13-5 this season, 10-1 at home. Mike White in Georgia. Both of them, kind of individually and together, just haven't gotten a lot of respect over the years. Georgia's had some great players come through the pipeline. Most recently, Anthony Edwards, of course, of the Minnesota Timberwolves, but it hasn't meant success on the court for this Georgia program, which plays in the SEC, which is notoriously tough in college hoops, of course, in all sports. Meanwhile, Mike White, fired over at Florida, came over to Georgia last season, and he's kind of putting something together here. The Bulldogs, I think, have a shot at making the NCAA tournament, and I haven't said that about Mike White in forever, right? That might be the first time I ever said that. But the thing is that this Georgia team is actually playing some solid basketball. We look at their opponents here, LSU, not quite as good as the team that they had, in recent years. LSU is one of those programs that it just seems they're either feast or famine. They're either an elite team or they're kind of an also-ran. And this year, while they're not an also-ran, they're kind of definitely up the pack when you look at teams in the SEC. 10-7 on the season, 1-2 straight up and against the number on the road, but 6-4 in their last 10 games. We unpeel it here and take a little bit deeper dive as to how we got here. LSU coming off of a home loss against Texas A&M by 4. They were 3-point home dogs in that one. They had beat Ole Miss prior to that as 3-point favorites, lost against a very good Auburn team, beat Vandy, beat Texas A&M outright in the first meeting at home at Texas A&M as 11.5-point dogs. And outside of that, a lot of pretty weak out-of-conference competition. A lot of SWAC teams in there. And then the teams that they did play, Texas and Kansas State, well, didn't come up on the right side of either of those things. We look at the Georgia Bulldogs. What have you done for me lately? Well, you played Kentucky pretty tough in that one. Ended up covering the spread at Rupp Arena and had won at South Carolina outright as a 5.5-point dog. The other loss recently, Tennessee, but outside of that, wins over Arkansas and Missouri in the SEC. When I saw Georgia earlier this season against Miami and Kansas State in those games, I thought that this was a team that certainly had potential. I certainly liked the talent that I saw on the floor, but Mike White is always a tough one for me because this guy can really coach you out of a game in a hurry. But Georgia really defending well from beyond the arc, really defending well across the floor. While they don't shoot all that well, and LSU plays some pretty strong defense, LSU's defense not as good from the perimeter. So I think that Georgia certainly going to have some room, and they have some pretty good sharpshooters. Also, LSU really not a very good rebounding team. I'm going to take Georgia in this one at home. I think that just being at home, also a team on the rise, and to be honest with you, they absolutely need this one for their resume. I'm going to take Georgia, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.